Foster. And starting on the pole for this 30-lap main event in the 9, out of Shelton, Washington, Charles Metters. Again, we are back underway. Charles Metters. A good start up front, but here comes Kyle Matthews. Kyle Matthews trying to get that inside lane moving. Keep an eye now on that inside lane. Joe Swanson, Dave Knittel, Todd Peterson, all are going to look to move by the 60 of Foster. Contact there in the back between Peterson and Foster. Peterson wanted the space to get through one. Peterson was pitched right down onto the bottom of the track. Charles Metters, Kyle Matthews, Joe Swanson, Dave Knittel, and Todd Peterson, your top 5. And now Matthews washes up the track, so a problem for Kyle Matthews as the field has to shoot down on the bottom and inside of Kyle Matthews. Matthews slowing on the front stretch. Keeping an eye on the 29 of Matthews to see if he is under power at all. And it's going to bring out the yellow as Matthews continues to slow. I want to keep an eye on here, but of course that requires some long green flag runs to see if it will affect Dave Knittel in the closing laps of the race. We are back under green. Dave Knittel with a good start. And Swanson now fighting back on the inside, but Knittel's going to go ahead and quickly move by there. Todd Peterson looking to get up onto the outside of Joe Swanson as Charles Metters brings the field off of 4 and across the line. 4 of 30 complete. Dave Knittel staying in that second groove. And he's going to use that to charge by Charles Metters on the backstretch as they go into turns 3 and 4. Now Joe Swanson has moved up into the second groove. Joe Swanson looking to work his way by Charles Metters. And Todd Peterson drops down to the inside and tries to latch onto the rear bumper of Metters. Well, for a second there, it looked like Peterson thought about making it 3 wide, and that doesn't usually work out very well for the hobby stocks. He quickly backed out and got in line behind Charles Metters. As Joe Swanson continues working on the outside of Charles Metters, and now Todd Peterson decides that the outside is the better way to go. As they come out of 4, Joe Swanson keeping pace with Knittel. This is the long green flag run that looks to be shaping up that I was anxious to see if what the overall effect then was going to be on the 34 of Knittel with that 50 extra pounds. As they come off of 2, Knittel, Swanson, Todd Peterson now making a move to the outside of Joe Swanson. Side by side off of 4, Joe Swanson and Todd Peterson. Peterson has to go right up alongside the wall. Swanson contact with Peterson as they entered into 1. The hobby stocks can take it. They take it just fine. Todd Peterson keeping pace with Knittel as they come across the line. 20 laps remain. Over Todd Peterson, and he was 0.2 quicker than Peterson that last lap. And a little bit of an adventure on the backstretch for Matt Lowe. He keeps it pointed in the right direction. laps complete. It was about lap 18 during the qualifying session we started to see Dave Knittle's times would start to drop off dramatically over the rest of the field as they come out of turn number 4. 14 laps now complete. Todd Peterson and Dave Knittle working together now to separate themselves. Joe Swanson running nose to tail with Charles Metters. That's the battle for third going on a little bit farther back from Knittle and Peterson. Charles Metters now looking to the inside of Swanson. Todd Peterson is now a 10th quicker than Knittle. Laps now complete as the battle for third crosses the start-finish line. Joe Swanson trying to hold off Charles Metters. As Todd Peterson closing up onto the rear bumper of Knittle. Of 30 complete. Metters once again looking to the inside of Swanson. Nose to tail, they run for the lead, and nose to tail, they race for third. Knittle and Peterson up front, and then it's Joe Swanson and Charles Metters. Metters once again trying to get off of 4 and get up alongside of Swanson. Not able to make that work. As they race towards turn number 1, Joe Swanson able to close the door on Metters. Is now Knittle and Todd Peterson are going to have to work their way around Matt Lowe. Lowe goes up high to allow the leaders some room to get through on the bottom. Knittle had a little bit easier time getting by Lowe than did Peterson, but we're starting to see Peterson now. His lap time starting to fall off. Last time by, Peterson was 2 tenths slower than Knittle. Metters battling hard, trying to get up alongside Swanson, but Swanson's been able to hold him off. 6 laps remain. And now Peterson starting to close back up on Knittle again as they come out of 4. Todd Peterson 4 tenths quicker than Knittle on that last lap. Metters, contact with Joe Swanson. Swanson goes around. The yellow is going to come out. As they raced into turn number 1, Charles, the green flag will come out. And we are back underway. 5 laps remain. Todd Peterson able to get going right on the rear bumper of Knittle. Keeping an eye farther back, Metters and Foster. Dave Knittle now puts a little bit of space once again in between himself and Todd Peterson. As they come out of 4. 3 laps to go. I think it did wonders for Dave Knittle as they come out of 4 and across the line. 2 laps remain. And over in turn number 2, around goes the 3 of Matt Lowe. But Lowe able to pull it down into the grass as the white flag comes out. Now Lowe Coming back up onto the racing surface on the backstretch as the leaders make their way to him. Dave Knittel has to slow up for the 3 of Matt Lowe. Peterson trying to close up onto the rear bumper of Knittel. Dave Knittel is your winner, followed by Todd Peterson. Bryson Baird coming home third. And then it's Joe Swanson and Charles Metters.